Hello, and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel in Bareahard. Last time, I finished Sarah's Bond event thing. I talked to all the people in this room, or this, I don't know, building. Now I just have 2 more places for you to talk to, and then the central area, and then the left area, which would be west, so the west area. And then hopefully I can get out of Bareahard today. And hopefully it goes well. Fees will be saved because there is a character note. Is he the kid that's reasonable? Or is he just a random kid? George was absolutely determined to have me do his shopping for him. How cruel. You'd think he'd at least give me enough time to take a couple ladies out for a celebratory ride, but alas. With scenery like this, it'd be the perfect spot for a ride. Peaceful too, given that the flames of war have finally died down. Again, this writing is always bad. It's been 1 day. And, oh, the provincial army cleared out because Eustace told them to, despite the fact that they're part of the noble. It's been 1 day. Stuff doesn't go that quickly. I'm gonna stop complaining though. Yesterday I said I was gonna try to ignore stuff that bothered me. Be that as it may, the province's troubles are far from over, at least she's sane. Their lord was taken under arrest after all. With all the changes around here, things won't be quiet for quite some time. I guess you're right. They can't stay under the Imperial Army's jurisdiction forever either. Wait. Is the Crozen province, does that include Thors, or is Thors part of another province? I don't know the provincial lines in this world. But it's not like Rufus looks like he'll be back here to take on his father's mantle anytime soon. The people of Crozen aren't the only ones at a crossroads either. Maybe it's selfish, but I'm still kind of hoping that by the time this war is all over, I'll find my own path too. I think I'm in the same boat. Okay. I have little interest in what's going on in the world around me. If the Duke learned his lesson, then that's that. If not, well, the same thing will happen to him again eventually. That's just how nobles are in the end. Always have been and always will be. Slots. Those might be worth doing. I just want to make sure. Like the niche single element ones, I think are the highest priorities, because those are the ones that I need to equip lost arts in. Shoot. Okay, good. I need that. And maybe an action 3, I can do that later. For the mech upgrades. The attack 3 makes the attack 3, whatever it's called. Anything worth buying? Nope. What does this kid have to say? What's that, Mort? Are you actually trying to order me around? Not as such. I just believe that it would be safer for us to return while we can. You can't expect me to return when my order is just about ready, can you? Such stubbornness. Okay, that was kind of absolutely nothing. So the student's not currently working here because they're over at the other place. Again, these numbers, 50 million. Yesterday was a real surprise for all of us, even the nobles. But that's got nothing to do with us, so we'll be focusing on work as usual. I'm curious as to how Brooke's training is coming along too. That's all the more reason to keep at it. Brooke, is that him? Yep. There's a very small margin for error when it comes to polishing gems. While my dad lets me work on some of our products now, he's still not too happy with how I handle the finishing touches. He always ends up doing it himself. Himself. The road to being a pro is tough. Yep. Ooh. Have I always been able to direct buy these here? I must have. At least last time. Being able to directly buy these is kind of nice. I don't know how good Abyss Shadow is. Speed is valuable, but I think I undervalue speed. I know Evergreen is pretty good. Passionate Rouge is pretty good. Still Blue, I think I have one of. Deep Ochre seems like the worst one by far. It gets a defense choice, but I kind of feel like I should try setting up one character purely with high defense and ADF and see how it goes. Because my assumption is, even with stacked defense and ADF, you still get, like, 3-shot. But it's possible that if you stack it enough, you take, like, 4 damage instead of 10,000. Because of how the defense calculates. Like, maybe if I could get Alisa up to 2,000 defense and 2,000 ADF, she would only take a couple hundred damage when she gets attacked. I don't know. But if it gets to that part, it would be worth having one character that is fully spec'd for defense. But why? It's going to be part of the bond event? Oh, now that's a shoe. Look at how thin that shoe is. What a thin... It's not a shoe. Where's her shoe? I thought the scarf was the shoe, but no, the shoe's just not here. Weird. Fee, what's going on? Why are you sitting here wearing only one sock? I don't think the sock is the issue. I think it's the shoe. The sole of one of my boots came off while I was walking, and now my foot kind of hurts. The sole came off her boot. I mean, normally I know that it's a special world and it's not our world, but you generally want to do something about it when it starts like half peeling off. When it's half peeling off, that's when you replace it. You don't replace it when it's fully peeled off, especially if you're a fee and you don't have to worry about money extremely, probably. So I'm taking a break. Well, after all those boots have been through, I can't really blame them for giving up the ghost like that. Is your foot gonna be okay? Once I've rested a bit, sure. I'll get my boot fixed up after that. You can just keep walking. Wait, how does she think she's gonna get to a tailor without footwear? Hopping on one foot? Is she just gonna roll down this hill? No, she can hop. She's highly dexterous. A normal human being could do that. It would be rough, it would be hard, but a normal human being could hop on one foot down there. She could easily do that. But actually, I really wish they showed Fee rolling down the hill. Yes, this is a character note, so I will definitely keep it. And it's gonna be a piggyback. Ooh hoo hoo. I actually kind of hope he carries her like fireman's carry style if he carries her to the tailor. Okay, foot's feeling better now. Off we go. She just walks. Come on, hop on one foot at least. Hold up, Fee. You're not actually planning on walking there with your foot like that, are you? Might as well. I'm used to this kind of stuff anyway. Well, maybe so, but you still shouldn't be walking around on it like that. I mean, it actually wouldn't be that bad. It's a place with seemingly high, I don't know, control. They're not going to step on anything that would severely injure them and get them sick. So these stones would be really easy to walk on. You still should be walking around like that. What if you step on something sharp on the way? What do you want me to do then? Hop on one foot. Do it. I guess I'll be the gallant knight here. Okay, but the real thing he could do is just lend her a shoulder. She could put her right arm on his shoulder and then hop with her left foot, and it would work perfectly. Though, let's be real, I don't think giving someone a piggyback is that weird. Not that I would give people piggybacks, but it's a reasonably efficient way of carrying someone. Here we go. But again, she could have hopped on one foot. What's up? Did it start hurting again? I'm fine. Just kind of amazed, really. Don't think anyone else would have offered a piggyback ride in that situation. I promise to ignore this, but I'll say it. Everyone else in the class would have offered a piggyback ride. Everyone else would have offered it. So that's bad writing. Moving on. Huh. Don't worry about it. Into the story we go, my steed. Sorry, but the Pony Express stops here. Upon reaching the tailor, Rean asked, shouldn't it be a cobbler? Sorry, this is the type of stuff that I will stop for. Because this is real-world terminology. A tailor is a person who makes or alters clothing, particularly in men's clothing. That seems not like a relevant thing. That's probably just traditional. I'm gonna read this for a second. I guess if you count clothes, shoes and clothes, then I guess, like, technically the definition of tailor is widely encompassing enough that they would do shoes. But it is, like, especially, you know, suits. So you generally go to a cobbler, not a tailor, if you want to fix shoes. But also their boots. They were referred to as boots earlier, and now it's a shoe. They were told it would be a quick process so that to look around the store in the meantime. Oh hey, they've got Stregas here. You're pretty fond of this brand, aren't you? Sure am. Seems like they've only got formal wear here, though. Those don't look very formal. Would have been up for buying some new sneakers if they had any. I mean, they look more formal than sneakers, but they just look too clunky. I don't see you prancing around in formal wear anyway, to be honest. How long have you been a fan? Since you were in Zephyr? Yep, the boss bought me a pair for helping out with something. That was the second present he gave me, in fact. Oh, what was the first then? My life by not killing me. The name Klaus L. That's the present I'll never let go of either. Ah, you're saying you let go of your shoes? There's no one else in the world who can give me that, after all. I wonder how that works. Like, does this world have birth certificates and, like, official name tracking? Probably not. I know how you feel. Dad welcoming me as a proper member of the Schwarzer family meant the world to me. So yeah, let's keep our appreciation for that close to our hearts. I thought close to your heart meant not telling everyone about it, partially. Speaking of things from the past, I was actually reminded of the boss when you were giving me that piggyback ride. Huh? He did the same for me not long after bringing me into Zephyr, when you were like 8 or 9? You were a child, even younger child than you are now? Which, honestly, it's the easiest way to move a child around is a piggyback, probably. Or maybe like shoulder ride. But stuff like that's what made him feel like he actually was my real dad. Fee. There's something else I realized too. You remind me of the boss, but you're not actually him in the end. Just like Class 7 isn't the same family that Zephyr was, even though both are important to me. I'm not the same person I was back then either. I don't want to sit around and be protected all the time anymore. I'm confused by her scarf. I'm gonna look at it more after if I don't forget. Anyway, yeah, that's right. We were all in this together, Fee. Supporting each other is the obvious way to go. And then isn't Rean's main plot line that he always tries to carry stuff himself, so he's just a hypocrite? Classic. What a fun character. Yep. And I'm gonna use what I learned from my old family to do just that. I know people aren't perfect, but I just think Rean's annoying. Thanks, Rean. Not at all. Okay, I want to look at her scarf. Because the bit around her neck might not be the scarf, it might be part of the jacket. It took a little more time for the order to be ready. They wandered. Shoes were as good as new, except... no. Okay. Hey, what's up with the scarf? Okay. Like... the thing that's hanging down is, in a normal scarf would be like, okay, you have the scarf wrapped around your neck and then you have a bit that hangs. The bit that hangs there is just a cape. It's not part of the scarf. Like, it's not a scarf that's wrapped around her. Or if it is, for some reason, it works that way. Like, it visually, that's not how scarves work. And I mean, it's flair. It's not important. It just seems impractical for a sneaky dagger gun person. You guys left for very different families, but you're both important to me. I'll do whatever it takes to keep my family safe. Yeah, the cape, it's more of a cape, honestly. And if I view it as a cape, it's pretty funny, and it bugs me that it's off-center. So, bye. I'm not going to think about that, because it being off-center bugs me a lot. Because it could just, I mean, the fact that it's not totally square at the bottom, and it's kind of angled, makes it being off-center a little less annoying, but... That is Alisa. Alisa will not be saved. She will be talked to, and then it will never happen. I'm glad Duke Albarea's arrest went as smoothly as it did. I hope Otto can find some peace now. I'm sure he will. Arresting the Duke was never going to give the people of Celtic back what they lost, but it's the most we could do for them. I mean, technically you could have helped rebuild, but... And we've got you and Bareahard to thank for that. Without the two of you, the Duke might still be in power right now. Is something wrong? No, I'm fine. Don't mind me. She's definitely got something on her mind. I want one of these bonding events to just be, hey, buzz off. I want them to be rude. They're like, I'm good, I don't want to talk about it, and then they don't. And then the next bonding event, stuff has happened, and they're willing to talk about it. That could be fun. But they can't do that because bonding points are an issue, so you can't guarantee that they'll have read everything, and so it's limited that way. We really did owe Otto a lot. Not really. You owed him a fair bit, but not, I wouldn't say a lot. Got something on your mind. Alice, if you got something on your mind, there's no need to keep things bottled up. But again, in world, they don't actually keep stuff bottled up because they always talk about it right away and they get it solved right away. I'm always here if you need someone to talk to. Typical Rean. Imagine if this was some other character. Maybe not that typically, you're not usually this sharp, but you're right. And now that you bring it up, let me ask you a favor. Okay.
I do not understand the question.
What? What is she going to be asking about?
I request clarification. You and not my awakener wish to board me?
Please tell me she just wants to ride a mech. Please tell me she just wants to ride in the mech. Please. I mean, it's going to be because if it's just wanting to ride the mech, it's because she wants to not place all the pressure on Rean because he's the only one that can do this. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. But I wish it was just a pure interest in riding a mech. It would be so much more fun if it was just wanting to ride a mech.
That's exactly what I want to do. Would that be possible? I don't want to use you to fight or anything like Rean does. I just want to see what it's like inside.
Please.
Just for a little while, if that's okay.
This could be one of the best Bond events if it's just her wanting to be in the cool mech.
Is that not possible or something?
Why can the witch's familiar enter if Alisa couldn't?
You said they were secondary contractors, so I was thinking it wouldn't be a problem, but maybe I had the wrong idea.
You do not. It is entirely possible for secondary contractors to board me.
Really?
However, only my awakener is able to operate me as intended.
They're both gonna have to be inside? Is that what it's gonna be?
There is no comprehensible reason for anyone else to desire access to my interior.
Maybe not. Okay, that's good. I hope they don't both go inside.
Huh, it's okay. I don't need to operate you, honest.
You're just a cool mech.
Thanks,
I
Valimar.
have to say it.
Can you let her inside then?
As you wish.
Yep. Okay, that was kind of predictable and really lame. Please be off to the side, sitting where Celine sits, not on top of Rean. Figures, but it would have been so much cooler if she's sitting on the side instead of being like cliche garbage. But also, this is voiced. This is like the only Bond event in the entire game that's voiced. It doesn't even give a character note.
Valimar, did you really have to pick this position?
Maybe he did.
I have more than sufficient room for a human and a familiar to ride in comfort. An extra human does put an unforeseen demand on available space. I'm afraid there was not much I could do under the circumstances.
I really want it to reveal later that Valimar did this to mess with them. Like, I really hope that's given as a reason, because that would be funny.
Oh, you are so lying.
I hope he is. It's way funnier if he is lying.
It's fine. I guess I can make do for a little while. It's kind of weird sitting like this with you, but I guess I am the one who asked for it. I'll live.
I wonder who the closest to a canon pairing is. I wonder.
Well, if you're alright with it, I'm sure not going to complain, but...
She could just move.
So this is what Valimar looks like on the inside, huh?
It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
It's kind of gloomy, isn't it?
Well, there's not much point in having the front screen on when I'm not actually fighting. I have it up often enough these days, but honestly, it doesn't bother me that much. I can see outside fine when I need to.
Oh, right. It's weird to sit here and think of all the battles you've fought with Valimar.
He's fought like 8 battles.
When you fought those Alliance soldats and against Scarlet and Vulcan, you were right where you're sitting now. Even when you fought with Crow.
The fights are always different, but the scenery in here doesn't change much. I'm usually so caught up in the fight that I don't really pay much attention to what it looks like inside here. Selene and Valimar have helped me a lot, though, so I'm getting better at this whole thing, bit by bit.
Oh, I'm sad. I wish this was just a cool mech moment.
It's not fair.
It's not fair that you have to do this.
We're your classmates and your friends. We're supposed to be fighting alongside each other all the way.
See, that doesn't match the gameplay, because they are actively helping when he's fighting with Valimar. They cast magic spells. They're fighting alongside him.
But you and Valimar always take on the hardest battles. All we can really do is back you up from the sidelines.
Except in reality, not in video game world, the mechs should be attacking the people on the sidelines too. There's no reason that they wouldn't be attacking the sidelines. So in a real universe that isn't a video game, they would be under more threat than he is. They would be in more danger. But that's not the case, because they don't attack the people that would make more sense to attack.
And to be honest, it's been on my mind for a while now. It bugs me to feel like we're just not doing enough.
Oh. So that's why you wanted to see what Valimar looked like on the inside?
I really wish it was just because it's a cool mech.
Yeah.
This is lame.
I thought if I could, I'd have a better understanding of what you go through and what it must be like. Looking around, it feels even more isolated than I expected. Lonely, even.
Yes, because it's so important that he feels lonely when fighting other mechs. I just don't understand the intended emotion here.
Seeing all the things you do from the outside, then seeing what it looks like on the inside, I have to wonder, are you okay with the way things are? Are you okay with putting yourself on the line over and over like this?
Yes, he is.
Shouldering such a huge burden all alone, and even the burden of those lives you weren't able to save?
There's been, like, one life, and it was a bad person. Like, they've only shown Otto dying and V dying. He was never in a position to save Otto, and V's a terrible person. It doesn't work.
Alisa, I've never once felt like I was fighting those battles alone.
'Cause he wasn't.
You said it yourself, right? I've got all of you backing me up, either on the ground or on the courageous. Sure, you're not inside Valimar with me, but I know you all have my back. That's why I can keep fighting day after day.
And also, like, if he wasn't in Valimar, the fight would be harder for everybody, including him, and he'd be more likely to die that way.
In that sense, it's not so different from our days at Thor's.
I think it's pretty different.
Well,
You get a snazzy mech.
You don't have to worry about me, Alisa.
You see, this would also help if there was an explicit canon pairing instead of bond event system. It would work a little bit better, because this would be like the canon pair for sure.
As long as I know you're all there and that I can look forward to seeing you again after each operation, I'll fight my hardest and I'll come home the victor.
It's also
All
weird
I
that
ask is that you keep me in your heart
Sorry.
and lend me your aid.
it's weird that it's operation instead of fight. Because, like, it's after each fight that he's in Valimar. It's being explicitly phrased with the video game context of every operation ends with a Valimar fight. Where, in world, it shouldn't be that every operation ends in a Valimar fight. He shouldn't know that that's the case. It should be after every fight with the mech. But whatever.
Always, Rean.
Again, that would be like the true canon pair line right there. Keep me in your heart, always. But not actually a canon
Just
pair.
don't go doing anything too reckless in here, okay? You're really important to all of us,
Kinda wish he wasn't.
but especially to me. So,
Alisa.
Ay, ay, ay. Do it, I dare you. They won't.
Is there a problem?
Heart rate rising. Say it, Valimar. Say it. This scene is so slow. Why is it frozen? Doesn't need to take that long.
What is it, Valimar?
I have detected an abnormal increase in your heart rates. Maintaining optimal health is ideal. I recommend rest and a medical examination.
Do it.
No, it's okay. We're fine. We're doing great.
yeah, never felt better.
It's so written as if this is the intended pair. Like,
Thanks for worrying about us, Valimar.
it's so clearly written as if they're the intended pair. But they're not. I mean, they might be the intended pair, but they're not the official. It's just dumb. I wish that had just been about a cool mech. I just don't care about their relationship, but I do like that it seems like being flustered was because Valimar was paying too much attention and not because of what actually happened. That's a little more interesting than, oh no, we're so close, flustered. That's overdone. Like, they're aware that they're close and all that, but at least they were flustered by something else, slightly different. Duke Albor has been arrested. Haha, goodness. I'm looking forward to telling everyone back home about this. Or I would be. But I'm far more concerned about the Imperial Army taking control of Krozen. Perhaps I should retreat to Ordis while I still can. Master Richmond and Count Gordy have been competing to see who could make more Mira from investments. Count Gordy was winning. Until yesterday, at least. I'm certain Count Gordy must be flabbergasted at the moment. Regardless, I must schedule our return to Ordis at once. I don't know. These chairs don't look comfortable for a high-class suite. It just doesn't look very comfy. Maybe it's comfy for the world, though. We have a number of customers checking out today. Well, I understand why. I think they may be letting their panic get the better of them. Well, of course, I don't mean to imply that they're cowards. Most definitely not. I just feel that they might want to observe the situation a bit more. I actually think leaving is the correct choice. Everything's gonna be fine because of the video game, but like, more combat really should break out in the area, but it won't. Yesterday was so frightening. We could hear the battle taking place from here. On the bright side, it gave me the chance to get acquainted with the lady next door. I guess he's talking to me. She has so many interesting stories to tell. This would be the girl whose father, Baron Poe, is 20,000. He's only 20,000 Mira in debt. That's not even that much for like a fancy pants noble. Your father deals in jewelry, you say? How magnificent. You could introduce us sometime? Of course, he'd like that too, I'm sure. I'm assuming he's the son of this guy? And I think previously, if it's not just random, I think he was the person that was considering, are we nobles the bad guys? Are we terrible people? He actually considered that himself, I think. Now that was like 40 hours of gameplay ago, so I'm not sure. Many of our customers are uneasy about everything that happened yesterday. However, the battle itself has officially ended. So for now, Hotel Esmeralda remains entirely safe for everyone. Please feel free to make yourselves at home. Esmeralda will remain open for business despite all that has happened. The Duke's arrest certainly came as a shock, but I'm just relieved that the city itself is in no danger. The Imperial Army seems to be doing their best to avoid stirring up any trouble, which I appreciate. Okay, I've talked to her. Church has Gaius. Let's do Gaius, and then do everyone else out here after. Well, I'll do everyone here, then Gaius... No, I'll just do Gaius first. Gaius is going to be saved, which means after I do Gaius, the next one I need to do is Eustace. Then after Eustace, I do Emma, save that, and then I'm done with the bond events. It's good that we were able to put an end to the issue with Eustace's father, but the winds that blow through this nation grow more tempestuous. So I'm here to pray that they might finally calm, at least a little. I could probably use a little prayer right now. Please, 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 Gaius, good event. I think I'll join you, actually. Oh, this is kind of a weird request. But while we're here, would you mind teaching me how people pray in Nord? Sure. Shall we move up a little then? You wouldn't really pray in the Nord way in a Septian cathedral, would you? Like, they're not at odds with each other. But it's praying to the winds mostly, isn't it? Or at least partially. I guess you don't do it audibly, so it just feels weird to pray in a Nord way in a big built cathedral when Nord doesn't have these sorts of cathedrals. That should do, except you were learning how to pray the Nord way. Praying like this kind of makes me feel in tune with the wind as well. There's no wind though. You're indoors. Well, it is the traditional Nord way of prayer after all. You know, if this is just Nord lore, I will be very happy. They say that doing so calls forth the voices of the spirits in Adios in order to rid the world of disaster. Of course, how that actually works isn't really explained. I see. It's kind of frustrating to know that all we can really do right now is pray. Except that's not... You're taking a rest because you just went through a battle. It's not the only thing you can do. Rean. Well, this war's brought so many sacrifices at this point. 2 of which have been shown. 1 of which was a good person. 1 of which was a bad person. Show more of it, please. I guess people losing houses is a sacrifice, but... Whether it be the innocent victims or the soldiers who fell in battle. But in the end, there's nothing we can do to stop that. Keldic's proof enough of that. That's why I can't help but feel so frustrated at myself. I understand what you mean. I felt the same during my time in Nord. My time in Nord feels like a weird way for him to say it, given that it's his homeland and most of his life has been there. There's simply nothing we can do in the face of such a powerful storm. Like, he means his time in Nord since the war started, but it just feels like a weird way to say it. But that doesn't mean we should stand by idly as we watch the destruction, which they aren't. I know that. But it's just... Come on, guys. You're the only voice of reason in Class 7. No one person can make their way through life without help. No one can cover every need, every eventuality. But that's okay, because mankind shows its greatest strength through banding together, also its greatest weakness. It was like, individual people are smart, people in groups are dumb, fun line. Huh? Those are the words of an old traveling priest who used to visit Nord long ago. Who will it be? Is that going to be a character? In the end, there's only so much we can do alone. However, by accepting this and working together, people can overcome any trial they face. My time with Class 7 led me to believe that this is what he meant. Huh. It's just black screen. You're not alone, Rean. And Rean, in a previous bonding event, less than 20 minutes ago, even said to someone, you don't have to do stuff alone, but because the writing is always repetitive, they have to have someone saying the same thing to Rean. You're not alone, Rean. You have me and the rest of Class 7, not to mention many other comrades with you. So let's do what we can to prevent any more tragedies like Celtic from happening. You're always so confident, Gaius. Maybe I should take a few pointers from you. This doesn't change the fact that we've got a tough road ahead of us, though. But knowing that I've got all of you by my side makes me confident that we'll pull through. I feel very much the same. Let's walk down that road together then, and take back our home. Right. I really don't understand. He lived here for 6-8 months, and he views this place as his home. I wouldn't. Like, I don't think I would get attached to another country that quickly. That traveling priest words living with me. Nothing to say. Are they saying traveling priest when Gaius specifically was alive? Because if so, then that traveling priest is definitely going to be relevant. And if it's traveling priest whose words have been passed down through the ages, then maybe they're immortal. And they're still relevant. Let's talk to people this way. I've started reflecting on my life as of late. I have everything I could possibly ask for. High quality clothes, delicious meals every day. Sister Tatiana had all that once too, but chose to abandon it for the sake of helping others. Weird. Like, I've been reflecting. I have everything. Sister Tatiana gave up everything. No idea what the reflection came to. Today's Mass will be about Saint Veronica, a woman whose unwavering faith shone brightly during the Dark Ages. In fact, her devout prayers were enough to bring forth a miracle which saved many from great tragedy. Let this be a lesson. Through faith, there is nothing for us to fear. Yeah, sure. We sent a number of relief provisions to the people of Celtic. Of course, no amount of material aid can heal the scars in their hearts. I only wish there was more we could do for them. Bruson? Oh, how frightful. First the tanks, and then the gunfire and explosions. Why is this happening in Bareahard of all places? Okay. Who are they? Just random kids? She has a name, Annette. Oh, Annette and the other person are used as his buddies. But not really buddies. He sort of babysat for them? Don't worry about us. Lord Eustace always made it a point to tell us to come here if things ever got dangerous. We can't really hear what goes on outside from here either, so Rabbi doesn't get scared. There's thick walls. Some really scary stuff happened yesterday, but I was here with Annette, and so I wasn't scared at all. Then how do you know the stuff was scary? Oh, hello there. You two have been stopping by rather often of late. Of course, it's always a pleasure to see you so full of energy. Might I ask how you're faring? We're fine. Yep. That's good to hear. That's fun. I enjoyed that little bit. I hate this guy. It's gonna be the same song? Get some variety. Like, come on. Expand your repertoire. The citizens here look as though they've just awoken from the deepest of slumbers. Very well then, allow me to teach them the true meaning of love. It's an emotion that lingers deep within all our hearts after all. I mean, that's probably not actually true. Like, psychopaths, sociopaths, etc. might not feel love. I must admit that it's a relief to know the Crozon Provincial Army has no need to fight anymore. Lord Eustace even ordered them to stay put at Oryx Fort too. Phew. Now there's no need to worry about my husband's safety. Her husband's gonna die. Everyone says we lost the war. But who cares? Daddy can come home now. He can't. He has to go to Oryx Fort. He's gonna have to play with me lots to make up for being away for so long. See, if they want to make it a two-sided story, kill the kid's dad. they might still kill the kid's dad. But if they want to show the back and forth impact of how the nobles are not all bad, it's sort of, they need that type of thing to happen. I certainly never expected things to come to this. I wouldn't be sure, though, after all, considering what Princess Alphen said. Oh, I have to talk to her first. Have you heard of Duke Alparea's current predicament? Lord Rufus remains a major part of the Noble Alliance, so it may be possible for the situation to be reversed. Dog. Buff. Wait, no name? Give me a dog text box. Why no dog text box? That's weird. Wait, what was it with the lighting there? Oh, that's funny. If I zoom in there, the lighting breaks because I guess the umbrella isn't being loaded. But once it gets loaded in, it provides the shadow. That's funny. I love that. I mean, it shouldn't do that, but that's fun. That makes me happy. I heard that Lord Eustace was appointed acting head of the Albarea family after the Duke's arrest. Appointed by who? Appointed by Alphen? Sure, maybe. What is the meaning of this? Why was he chosen over Lord Rufus? Again, very valid point. Like, this type of thing wouldn't be this easy in any real world. Bareahard is now under the Imperial Army's jurisdiction, you say? Oh, Adios, what waking nightmare is this? This simply can't be real. Just doesn't do much. Hey, it's her. I already talked to her, but I skimmed through it because I wanted to read it now. Recent events have been rather unsettling for us all. For us all, yeah. I just hope my music can help soothe our customers' woes. No one's up top. I think I mentioned it last time. These chairs really don't feel like the type of chairs you'd have in a fine dining establishment. They look comfy, but they look more like lawn chair type, relaxing, lean back chairs as opposed to fine dining. So it's kind of an interesting visual. Let's talk to this dude. Welcome. Are you all planning on resting today? I can only imagine how exhausted you must be after all that's happened. Allow me to be so bold as to request that you all stay by Lord Eustace's side as much as possible as well. While they were never on good terms, having to rest his own father must have hurt him more than he's letting on. We'd be honored to, sir. The wine at the top seems impractical, and I don't see a stepladder. So, do they climb up on the sort of bar back there? It's not a bar, but the like surface back there to reach the wine at the top? Seems like a bad idea. Hey, did you hear the rumor about His Majesty being held captive in Heimdall? The Noble Alliance have been keeping all sorts of stuff from us, so I can totally believe it. Man, can you imagine what a scandal that'd be if it turned out to be true? Glistening soup. Is it the same pair that's been here this whole time? Yep, it's Fafnir again. Are the rumors of what happened to Celtic true? If so, I'm not entirely sure if I should be doing business like this after all. I must have missed a dialogue with him. The battles may have come to an end, but who knows how business will go from here on out. I lost a good friend recently too. Just got back from paying my respects. Why can't you understand, Father? All I want is to join my schoolmates on the courageous. Which is precisely why I'm opposed. You're a daughter of the nobility. You can't go off gallivanting at a time like this. This is exactly the time to go. Maybe if you weren't so thick-headed, you'd understand that. Thick-headed, how dare you use such language towards your own father? She's busy. I can come back later. Why are you bullheaded? Bullheaded? Trying to stand on my own 2 feet. Vulgar. It's not that vulgar. Maybe from the noble's perspective. This bullheaded, thick-headed, that's not vulgar. It's rude for sure, but it's not vulgar. I think vulgarity, like stuff being vulgar, is kind of explicitly defined. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's some definition that exists. I'm curious now. Sorry. Sidetracked. Vulgarity. The quality or condition of being vulgar. Okay, I figured. Offends good taste or propriety. It might offend good taste and propriety, so I guess it is vulgar. I guess it's just pretty tame for being vulgar. It's Cat Lady. We saved her cat. Yesterday certainly was a frightening experience. I don't think I've ever seen so many soldiers before. Her head is all wrong, though. It feels too big. Poor Bootsy still hasn't gotten over it. Shh, it's okay now. I'm right here. Something about her head just doesn't fit. It might be too tall. I don't know. It just looks wrong. Did that get attacked? Like, that looks so ugly. My squad will be stationed here for the time being. Noble city or not, our job is to ensure the citizens' safety. Leave things here to us. Don't worry, we'll be making sure that our order is maintained here in Bareahard. Granted, the 4th Division's main focus right now is preparing for the battle at Heimdall, which means a squad like ours will only have so much in the way of equipment. We have enough to do our jobs, though. Why is there no fence here? They have a fence preventing you from going down the stairs, but not a fence preventing you from tripping, falling into the water, and potentially drowning. Seems like... yeah, this is perfect tripping height. This stops you from falling. This doesn't. Bad design. Aesthetics over function. What a failure of a city designer these nobles must have been. Ooh, there's somebody over here. The maid. And there's nothing up top. I don't remember the guy's name who runs this place. Master Gordy seems to be in the middle of something at the moment. Not that it has anything to do with me, of course. Perhaps it'll be done by the time I return from shopping. I think multiple people have now mentioned him. Was it Gordy? Sorry. That was over here? One of these two? Viscount Garrig? Baron Opal? Maybe not. Huh. Okay, that's that. Now I go into here. Ooh, who's this guy? Well, this certainly is a surprise. I never expected the master and lady to return on such short notice. It's a relief to know they're well. The children should be able to rest easy now. Butler Persimmon. What a bad parking job. Like, come on, at least park it straight. Is this a place to... It's not a place to park a car. What a terrible way to park a car. The family and a student. Is she related to them? Or what was she doing here? Okay, so it is Bridget. Interesting. I feel so much calmer knowing that they're both back home now. Hehe, and better yet, the children are simply overjoyed. Maybe she doesn't live here, but she is here. I should be sure to thank them again once they finish up these chores. Wait, isn't that... Yeah, it's gotta be Bridget from the Wind Orchestra. She looks too busy to talk to right now, though, so I should come back once I meet up with everyone else. Basically, come back here late. Why is that a character note? She's a year 1? Oh, her mere existence is a character note. The fact that she is a character that exists is a character note. Huh. I wonder who she cheated with to get this blue hair. Like, this matches her hair. This could be sort of her hair, maybe his hair. Where'd the blue hair come from? Hey, Mommy. I'm so good at dancing now. Like, really good. Hey, Mommy, are you listening? Mommy, listen. Dancing doesn't seem to be the only thing you're getting better at. Father, Mother. Suzanne, thank goodness you're safe. We came as quickly as we could after we heard what happened. Oh, Adios, thank you for keeping our children safe. Yay, Mommy and Daddy are back. Now we can talk lots and lots. Yay! We left the children here under the impression that it would be the safest place for them. This certainly came as a surprise, to say the least. Things are only going to get more dangerous from here on out, but we can take some comfort in knowing they're safe for now. I'm so glad you're all safe. Come closer, Suzanne. Let me see your face. That tickles. They seem to love Suzanne the best. Because they're like, oh, they react to Suzanne. They don't react to him. They just get annoyed at her. They only talk about Suzanne. Must feel bad to be the messy, I don't know, 6-year-old children that are obnoxious. Okay, I'm going to preemptively save in case something goes wrong. I just need to do Eustace's bond event. Get out, do Emma's bond event, and then do the quest stuff. Good day. We've received word to let you all pass. I expect Eustace Bareahard should be inside at the moment, too. Bareahard Mansion under their control. Rather nerve-wracking for us to be stationed in such a noble dominated area. There's no need for you to be concerned, of course. Our presence won't alarm the citizens as much as the armored divisions would. In we go. The size of this place never ceases to amaze me. Both the Duke and Scarlet are being held here, I think. Enter the mansion. Please, more music variety. This song has been being played since the last game. I understand it cuts costs, makes sense to reuse music, but like a little bit of more variety would be really welcome. Like, I think this one has had the most repetitive music. The Cold Steel 1+2 feels to me like it was more repetitive.
Incredible. It's not as grand as Valflame Palace, but I doubt you'll find many mansions this fancy.
I could be misremembering, but I think the Crossbell arc felt less repetitive than this one. And Trails in the Sky, I can't remember. It's been too long. But I think the music was less consistently... Like, I think this music is a bit over the top for this generic-ish event. I don't think Sky had quite as many, but that was a while ago, so I could be wrong, for sure.
The Duke's residence is certainly befitting of his status.
You came after all, Rean.
Why does he sound so happy? It just, like, yes, he'd be happy to see Rean, but, like, that was the happiest sort of sound that it sounded like Eustace has ever made. That was like the happiest line delivery from Eustace I've ever heard.
Yeah, I was kind of hesitant to come and visit in case I got in your way, though.
No, it's fine. Everything is largely settled here now. I will leave the rest to you, then.
As you wish. Leave everything to us.
What a reflective floor.
And we will strive and make things as comfortable for your father as possible.
Strive to make things? They should be striving to make things as comfortable. Striving is a verb, but it's like they will strive to make things comfortable. You can't just strive. If you remove the and, if we will strive blank. It's to.
You have my thanks.
He's Captain Claire's adjutant, isn't he?
I always thought it's adjutant, but maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe that's just American adjutant, because adjutant is probably French.
Indeed, and quite a skilled one at that. He and his men will be managing the mansion together while keeping my father in custody.
Sorry. Adjutant, okay.
At least until the war comes to an end.
Oh, right.
There's no need to look so glum. He deserves to answer for his crimes much like others. He should be grateful he hasn't been handcuffed and thrown in a cell.
I guess that's one way of looking at it.
Adjudant.
Oh, yeah, Scarlet's here too, right?
She's currently receiving treatment in the annex. She remains bedridden, but her life is in no real danger, or so I hear.
That's good.
If you'd like to speak with her, you should go and pay her a visit. Meanwhile, I'll be going to my room to get ready for departure. If you need anything at all, feel free to come by and see me.
Thanks, Eustace. Will do.
Yeah, I think strive and is wrong. Like, it's to exert much effort or energy, endeavor. Like, you need, yes, you're putting in effort and energy, but where? Where is that energy being directed? It's being directed
Wait a sec. Where is his room anyway?
to the Duke.
I don't know where the annex Scarlet's in is either.
I don't know where this Annex Scarlet's Inn is either. That just, it's correct, it just feels wrong. Scarlet's Inn is.
I guess I'll have to ask someone.
Or maybe not. I can just look at a map. Be like, Eustace's room is right there. The Annex is right there. And there's only like 4 people. I'm not going to be able to finish this today without going over time. Oh, hello. Are you looking for Lady Scarlet's room? It's quite far down the corridor on the Annex's first floor. Thanks. How do I get to the Annex, though? Oh, my apologies. Turn left here and make your way out into the courtyard. Sorry. You would not say left here. There's a path on the right side of the fountain, which if you follow will... I think I understand where to go now. Maybe wrong. Okay, but like right here, if you're looking at her, this is not like you turn left to get to it, sure. But if you're talking to her here and you turn left, you then have to turn right. So like if she was out here, oh, you turn left. Makes sense. It's to the left, not turn left. If it was on the left, that would make sense. Turning left is not right. Okay, turning left is not correct. I want him to complain. I'm gonna just talk to the people in this main room in the stop for today. I was hoping I could finish it, but I wasn't able to. It's gonna... There's a Bond event. There's the main cutscene. There's the thing with Emma that I need to do. All of that will take a while. Good day to you. Please leave everything here in our hands. His Grace is confined to the mansion, but he is permitted a degree of freedom within its walls. Rest assured that the Terrace S is being treated with care as well. We've seen her before, haven't we? Or it's just the generic character model, probably. Oh, are you looking for Lord Eustace's room? Please turn to the right here. You'll find it at the very end of the hall in the right wing's 3rd floor. Oh, I see. Thank you very much. That said, His Grace and Lord Eustace have a lot on their minds at the present. Please do try to be quiet while inside the mansion so as not to disturb them needlessly. Of course, I'll be as quiet as possible. See, now this turn right work makes sense because she's in this area. I mean, if you talk to her here, it wouldn't really work. Oh, you talk to her here, turn right. What does that mean? But if you talk to her back here, turn right makes sense. Last person. His Grace has firmly expressed that he does not want to meet with anyone at the present time. I must ask you to turn back. But, like, why should he have the right to not be disturbed? He's the one that was arrested. Maybe we need to interview him. And by interview, I mean interrogate. Anyway, kind of silly. I'll wrap up here one more time. It'll be done next time. I'll be out of Bareahard. And who knows what will happen after that. But it'll be done next time. I'm now sidetracked, but I need to just wrap up. It's weird that there's someone with 2 complete and multiple people that have 3 that are empty. time to... Oh, Dorothy. We haven't seen her in a while. But yeah, it's time to wrap it up. So, have a nice day. Bye-bye.